Long Island is home to a very special species, a majestic species, the wild Greta, middle of the food chain. Only predator? Parents. Don't get too close. They bite. Meteor hit late this evening. Unclear as to how much damage there is. Directly hit a mass den that's housing about 90% of the Greta population.
Numbers of Gretas have decreased exponentially since the meteor hit. You may ask yourself, why do you care? Why? It's common for Long Islanders to pet a Greta before going in the sun to get like a tan, you know? And, they do this because the sweat of the Gret, it gives 100% reliable protection against all the harmful rays. Sunburn, all that stuff. Without a steady population of Gretas, sunburn rates and sun poisoning rates, that's just a lousy summer for all of Long Island. We hope to sustain the Greta population by abiding to the rules of Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium as closely as possible. With enough support from you and the community, we can build a fenced-in preserve to raise the numbers of Gretas. Rule number 1, no natural selection.
Spotted, a buff Greta. And a scrawny one. The buff Greta cannot reach the snack. Therefore, the buff Greta will starve to death and never reproduce, passing down the buff genes. Scrawny Greta can reach the snack and can feed and reproduce, so more scrawny genes will be passed down.
That is natural selection. Because we're trying to build up a sustainable Greta population before the summertime, there will be no natural selection even needed in our preserve. Over generations, you would start seeing more scrawny arm Grets than buff arm Grets, right? So that's natural selection.
Both survive and reproduce.
Rule number 2, no mutations. As predicted, mutations will be hard to control. There is a common missense mutation that results in a unibrow. The unibrow on a Greta is a sign that the Greta cannot sweat. And without the sweat, it's not beneficial to humanity. To produce as many sweaty Greties as possible, we take all the Greties with the unibrow mutation to the slaughterhouse. No unibrows here! Rule number 3, have a large population or an infinite one.
This female enters her child into the world, adding to the population.
In the preserve, our main goal is to recreate the population number we had before the meteor hit. The current population is small, but it's already growing, baby. Soon the large population aspect will not be a problem. Rule number 4, no migration. No one leaves, baby! And last but not least, rule number 5, random mating. The preserved Greta reproduces by rubbing its back on its mate.
A male. A female.
Now we want that to happen as much as possible, as random as possible. With your help and your donations, We can make a successful Greta preserve for the remaining Gretas. Every penny counts.
I'm artificial, and I approve this message.